All right, now since you've tried 7 and 8, let's go over both of these right here. All right, so here goes number 7. First problem number 7, it's not set equal to 0. So we're going to say x cubed minus 8x squared plus 25x, subtract it, so minus 26 equals 0. All right, let's check for grouping. Taking out an x squared leaves me with x minus 8. Can't take anything out right here. Grouping doesn't work, so here we go with p over q's. All right, p, looking at the number 26. Now, numbers that multiply to give me 26. Obviously, 1 times 26, 2 goes into it because it's an even number. 2 times 13, and then we got plus or minus 26. All right, q, I love this right here, leads off with a 1, so that's just plus or minus 1. So now we're going with p over q's. All my p's divided by 1, I get the same thing back. So these 4 solutions. All right, next thing, what do? I take it to my calculator. All right, so on my calculator, I go 2y equals, I type this function into my calculator right here in standard form. So x to the third minus 8x squared plus 25x minus 26. Don't forget that. And then go to my table. And I'm typing in all these 8 right here. All right, so I got 1, doesn't work. -1, doesn't work. 2, does work. All right, so remember 2 is my solution. We can go ahead and write it down right here. 0 is 2. All right, -2 doesn't work. 13 doesn't work. -13 doesn't work. 26 doesn't work. -26 still doesn't work. So the only solution I got out was a 2, which means now I got to go to synthetic division. All right, so coming over here, I'm coming right down here to do synthetic division. All right, standard form. 1, -8, 25, 26. 1, -8, 25, -26. All right, so solving this one, 1's going to drop straight down. 2 times 1 gives me 2. Adding right here gives me -6. Excuse me. 2 times -6 is -12. Adding gives me 13. 13 times 2 gives me 26. Adding gives me 0, which remember, that's what I want because that's my remainder to this problem. Now remember, I started off with x cubed, so this is x squared. So this says x squared minus 6x plus 13 equals 0. Now, since this is quadratic, from here I can use the quadratic formula to solve for my solution. All right, let me scoot this over, zoom out. Let's see if we can get our solution right here. All right, so here we go. Checking my discriminant first. So discriminant's going to be b squared. Back to my home screen. B squared, so -6 squared minus 4 times a is 1, and c is positive 13. So my discriminant comes out to be -16. Now, 16 is a perfect square, but -16 is not. So coming over here, negative b, which is 6, plus or minus the square root of what I just got, -16, all over 2 times a, which in this case would give me out 2. Now, the square root of 16 is 4. Since this is negative, it's just going to be 4i. So let me scoot this over. And this is 6 plus or minus 4i all over 2. Last thing I have to do is to make sure I got this thing simplified. So what goes into 6, 4, and 2? 2 goes into it. So this simplifies into 3 plus or minus 2i. 6 divided by 2 is 3, 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 2 divided by 2, 1 stuck on the bottom, so don't really need that. All right, so here's 2 solutions. Don't forget my other solution is right here. So the answer to this problem is x equals the real one first, 2, and then my 2 other solutions right here, 3 plus or minus 2i. And I've solved this problem. Number 7. All right, let's go to the last one right here. Number 8. Here's problem number 8. Grouping obviously is not going to work because I got 5 terms going on here. All right, so really quickly, I'm going to solve this and make sure you can stay with me right here. You should already have this solution, so hopefully you can just check your work as I go through talking about this. All right, so standard form first. Next thing I'm doing is looking at p's, 18. So that's 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. Next thing I do is look at q. Q is 3, so that's 1 and 3. Next thing I want are my p over q's. Well, all this divided by 1 gives me all that back. So that's the first thing. Then I'm going to take all of these things and divide by 2. Divide by 3. So 1/3, don't have that one. 2/3, don't have that one. 3/3 is 1, got it. 6/3 is 2, got it. 9/3 is 3, got it. And 18/3 is 6. So I've got all these solutions I need to plug into my calculator. All right, calculator's next. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. All right, on my calculator, I go to y equals. I type my original function in, which was this, 3x to the 4th plus 5x to the 3rd plus 25x squared plus 45x. Remember, I moved that 18 over, so -18. Go to my table and type all of these values in. Here we go. 1 don't work. -1 doesn't work. 2 doesn't work. -2 does work. All right, so let's go ahead and write that word zeros down. And we said -2 was a solution. All right, then we got 3. No, negative 3. No, 6. No, negative 6. No, 9. No, negative 9. No, 18. No, negative 18. No, 1/3. Yes. All right, so let's go ahead and write 1/3 down. I'm on 1/3, so I got negative 1/3. No. 2/3. No. Negative 2/3. No. All right, so I got 2 solutions out right here. Remember, I need 4. So I just can't say, oh, let's just do negative 2 and 1/3 twice. Can't do that. All right, so out of these 2, I'm going to pick one of these in order to use synthetic division on. Obviously, the easiest one would be this one right here. Now, you can do a fraction. It's no big deal there. But the integer would be a lot easier to use right here. All right, so here we go. Negative 2, back to my problem right here, looking at my coefficients. So I got 3, 5, 25, 45, and negative 18. Synthetic division, 3 is going to drop down first. Multiply. Negative 6, add negative 1. Multiply 3, add 27. Multiply negative 54, add negative 9. Multiply 18, add gives me 0. Remember, I want 0 to solve this problem. All right, now what does this tell me? Remember, I started with x to 4, so this is x cubed now. So this is 3x cubed minus x squared plus 27x minus 9 equals 0. Now I see if grouping works. If grouping works, I use it. If grouping doesn't work, hey, got to go with P over Q's again. All right, so let's try it. Take out an x squared. I've got 3x minus 1. What can I take out here? A positive 9. 27 divided by 9 is 3. 9 divided by 9 is negative 1. Does grouping work? Sure does. These things are in common. So 3x minus 1 and x squared plus 9. So now I'm going to set each of these equal to 0 and solve. So let's take 3x minus 1, set that equal to 0, and x squared plus 9, and set that equal to 0. All right, so both of these things are equal to 0. All right, so here we go. To solve this, I'm going to add 1 and divide by 3. So there's 1/3. To solve this, I'm going to subtract 9 and take the square root. Square root of a negative number gives me out an I. Square root of 9 is 3, so this is plus and minus because I took the square root. Remember, 2 solutions right here, 3i. All right, now, let's evaluate our problem right here. Negative 2 was the solution. Then I got out 1/3, but remember, it came out again, but that's going to happen because I didn't use 1/3 to begin with here. And then I've got plus or minus 3i. So there's 2, 3, 4 solutions. So my solutions to this problem are negative 2, 1/3, and then plus or minus 3i. Solving for all 4. All right, so if you got questions, make sure you let me know on Remind, or you can post it in the Google Classroom. So good job, guys.